Lots to unpack in that Mike Vrabel clip, by the way. Talks about culture.
Good dudes, huh?
He said you can't just win with good dudes. You need good players.
You need a-holes. Like it's a game. It's a tough game. I talk about this all the time. You need some dogs. You need some a-holes, especially on defense. Just nasty dudes to get after it. Because it puts fear in teams. It really does. Like, I don't play against that guy. Or I don't want to go across the middle off that last hit. That's why you love Pepper's hits on the sideline. He'll take a 15-yarder here and there, but it's worth it.
So it sounds like there will be calculated risk on this roster.
Has to be.
With the guys that have questionable character.
Mike's been around that he knows. Look at the guys he played with. You tell me that they were all angels? No.
But he's selling it as a place for football players, isn't he?
Yes.
Isn't that what that message is?
You could come here and have that other stuff, sort of like, this guy's a little edgy type guy, but he plays. 60 plays a game. He's there. And he doesn't make mistakes. Like Mike will tolerate that. And then it's up to Mike to blend it and control the egos and to control attitudes. Can't let it get out of control, but it's a good mix of guys on a team. That's what you got to do. Can't have all nice guys.
So Mike Vrabel is selling a football culture. He's saying that there's going to be risk in who it is that they bring in, and you can't just win with the good guys. I don't know if he's speaking specifically to Diggs on this because, I know Diggs was part of this conversation that he had with Chris Long on his podcast, but he's saying, not everybody's going to be perfect. It's not going to fit a perfect prototype for the New England Patriots. So it's good. And the thing that he also said was, maybe continue to add good players. Want to continue to keep adding good players, which maybe they're adding more today. You never know. The day is young.
Yeah. Sure is.
Oh, didn't he say that with something behind it?
No.
Didn't Zoe just say...
Give us a hint.
What do you got?
I got nothing. Right
a liar.
Nothing right now. I'm reaching.
I'm reaching.
I got 2.5 hours left.
You're watching.
I wish I had the press conference on our show.
Yeah.
Felger and Maz are going to carry that live, right? They're not, are they?
I don't love this clock watching here today.
Maybe somebody else will carry it. Listen up to it.
I don't know.
What's up with all the Milton people? Like, just this is
what?
Like the Joe Milton people.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, this has been out there. They want him to play. Like, there's fans that legitimately want him. Like, I get stopped on that too. Like, why? I said you get one quarterback. It's Drake's team. There's one guy starting straight night. Like, okay. And if they were ever thinking of going with the other guy, he would have played more. Remember how Zappy played more? And it ended up starting. That's what happens when the other guy takes over. It's not happening. If he wants to play, he's probably going to have to go elsewhere. And they can help him do that.
So if we could go back to, by the way, the press conference will be live on NBC Sports Boston. I don't know if Felger and Maz are going to be carrying that on the radio side, but I can tell you.
It is agenda free today.
The Diggs press conference happens at 2:15 today. We'll find out. We'll find out from Jay Stu what their plans are in the afternoon
Zero
program.
chance to carry it live. I don't think Mike's the biggest Diggs guy.
I feel like that's a decision above their pay grade.
Well,
don't you?
Possible too.
What would Louth do?
Louth would carry it. We know what Louth would do.
What Schmatz do?
Probably carry it. That's why I think there's a decent chance. We'll find out. I don't know the answer for sure. If we could go back to the answer on culture and team and not winning with just good guys, is it easier to bring in the guys who may have questionable things as part of their profile if they're younger, if they're in the NFL draft, as opposed to a guy who's a veteran? Because to me, it is easier and does make more sense that they are taking some of those gambles with younger players who still, have time to grow up, have time to adapt, have time to be molded by other veteran players around them. And that can blow up too. We've seen it before. We've seen the Patriots take chances on guys in the draft and they work out for a period of time, but ultimately they don't. Look at Jack Jones.
Right.
But had questionable character things.
They doubled down on him.
They took a chance. They thought maybe he could grow up, and it turns out definitely not. And now he's gone.
It's Scarpini. What's her name?
But that player's not expected to go into the locker room day one and be a leader, right, and take over, which is a huge benefit. When you're bringing in a free agent or a veteran guy, there's a chance that guy is going to be sort of a culture setter in that locker room, unlike that young player that you're talking about. And sometimes your locker room can absorb those veterans, and other times you got a guy like Albert Hainsworth who lays there on his stomach and gets cut the next week. But, you try.
Steps on a guy's head.
And there's obviously the much bigger one that they took out of Florida. Just a weed guy. Turns out not just a weed guy.
It was more than weed.
It was more than the weed. The weed had very little to do with the dropping in the draft. There's that. So it can still turn out badly.
Sure can. Yep. Without the right guidance. Yep.
But from a football perspective, it feels like a disgruntled veteran is the type of thing that tears your room apart.
Yes.
The guy who does stupid things as a second-year player, that doesn't impact your ability as a football team to function.
Yeah, the coach scolds him, bring him into the room, and then the veterans get on his ass. Team captains. Yeah, you're right. What's the matter with you? Get your stuff together. Harder to say that to a veteran.
Right. A veteran's been doing it for a long enough time. You can just say whatever.
Who's that Willie McGinnis right now, though, for the Pats?
I don't know. I don't know who it is. I mean, it may develop. They might have that guy. It could be one of the guys they just signed. I have no idea.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think you have one right now, McCone. It's a good question. Yeah, you don't have one right now. Maybe a Keon White. Maybe. I mean, he's not afraid to talk. And get him going, get him productive. I think he can be a beast.
Yeah.
We keep forgetting to talk about him like when we talk about the defense. It's always about Barmore, and then you're going to put the big kid in the middle, and then you've got Spillane, and you got who's the new linebacker from Tennessee? Landry. You got him in the mix. Jennings on the uprise. They're going to be nasty up front.
Yeah, what I think, but to go to your culture thing and not on the field stuff, you're asking who's the enforcer, who's the guy that challenges everybody to get in earlier the next day, right?
Yeah.
Which was a big part of those early 2000s Patriots
Otis
teams.
Smith was that way that's the guy that got Ty Law's ass going.
Right, a guy who shows up at 7 a.m.
We're going run. We're going run.
And there's a guy yelling at him saying, "Where the hell were you? We were here at 6:30."
Yeah.
Right? That guy.
The whole Rodney Brady thing, who's beating each other.
Right, trying to beat each other to the facility every day.
That's great. Rodney said, I was going to get there at 6 a.m. I thought I had Tom beat. He was in there at 5:45. Yep. I'll go earlier tomorrow. Which one do you want to do? Yep. That's great. It's good stuff.
That kind of culture that Mike Vrabel was very much a part of. So when you have younger guys, I just feel like it's easier to get a younger guy who's not set in his NFL ways yet. And that's why I wonder about this draft.
Yeah.
There are guys in the draft that have some of those character concerns. Are they willing to overlook those once they get past maybe fourth overall? Second, third, fourth round picks.
Yeah.
Because Mike believes he's going to have this kind of culture here within that locker room.
Yeah, he's already weeded out some guys, and he's found 6 starters here in free agency. So, yeah, it's changing. That'll take over. That'll take over itself. So, the second-round pick's going to be huge, too, for him. Like, that's what he said, like, the meat of this draft really starts, too. It's a high pick. Yeah. And he gives you the ability to move up a little bit if you want to. Like, all those teams they talk about, I heard one of the podcasts talking about, and I think it was Rap Sheet on it, too, because the whole thing with Shedeur Sanders and the Giants, and what do the Giants want to do? And they're like, don't forget, like Pittsburgh, the Giants, and Cleveland, they all have those high mid-round picks where you could package some stuff, get back up into the bottom of that first round, and get a guy like a Jackson Dart if you want to go quarterback, but you don't want to take him at 3 with Sanders. Like there's some options there. And some people could be going after your pick there too, and where you're picking. So a lot of good picks.